Hi guys, Angelfish Keeper here, and today I'm going to do an update on the Aquamanta 80 120 litre Angelfish tank. And as you can see, it's gone through a complete revamp of absolutely everything. I've rescaped it, I've also even changed the substrate. So yeah, let's get into it. We'll start off with the more obvious change, which is my substrate here. So previously in this tank, I was actually using coral sand because it was helping buffer the pH. But what I've done now is I've just put some of that into a media bag and stuck that in the rear chamber. So basically it's still going to help buffer the pH for me. But I found that with the coral sand, it was like very, very reflective and constantly getting algae. So I decided, yeah, I'm going to rescape it, buy some tropical sand, and that's what I've done. So it's a much finer sand, so it's actually better for the cories as well. The plants, I find, root a lot better in this as well, which I have thinned down also, so there's not as much. But yeah, that's one of the main differences. The other difference is the hardscape as well. I've changed out the bogwood that I had for this absolutely gorgeous Mojo wood, I think it's called. 2 pieces, absolutely beautiful wood. It doesn't actually look real, it looks like a sort of like a plastic sort of wood as well, but it's not. So yeah, got 2 pieces of that. I've kept the lava rock, just give it a good clean up and just put that back in there. A few bits there, a few bits there, yeah. And it looks absolutely lovely, like just with the minimalist sort of look there. Obviously with the fake background, black background, sorry, because obviously that's the filter is behind that. So yeah, plants, we've still got the Sterigine repens, just a little cluster of it now, not as much as we did have, because a lot of it got covered in BBA. So I thought I'm not putting that back into the nice clean tank, so I've got all the new pieces out that didn't get any blackbeard algae, because it is a pain to get rid of. And I just thought, yeah, we'll just stick those bits back in. I think it looks a lot nicer. And obviously we got the 2 large Amazon swords, which I just pulled any dead leaves off or any leaves that were in rough shape and just planted one either side. So yeah, fish are loving it. Substrate we've got banked quite high at the back, but with this sand I'm not really worried about it compacting because the cories are going to sift through it, and this is probably the only time I've ever been able to catch all 6 of them. So there's 2 there and then 4 in the front here. So they're panda cories. I am hoping to add, maybe knock the school up to 10, so I might add another 4 or so. Make it up to 8 or 10, can't quite decide. Still got the neons, there's 35 of them. I was able to count them because obviously I had to take all the fish out, put them in a temporary tank. So they've lost their colour a little bit. We're only literally the morning after the whole substrate change, so they've still got some adjusting to do. But they'll get there. They're a beautiful little fish. I'm thinking of adding like a bigger species of tetra as well, maybe like 5 or 10. I was thinking bleeding hearts, just something to contrast with the neons. But I'm not sure, I might just leave it as it is. And then obviously my centerpiece fish are my 4 silver angels. They're getting really big now and they're getting to that age. I think they're about 8 months old now, so they're getting into sort of bickering with each other because they're getting sort of sexually mature. So I think they're trying to form pairs now. So I think I've got 2 males and 2 females. Definitely 2 males because they keep bickering. So yeah, I'm going to be keeping an eye out on these guys. But they're getting really big now. Absolutely beautiful fish. I'm not going to be adding any more angels to this tank. It's just going to be those 4, but they'll be fine in this tank for their whole life. It is a bare minimum. I wouldn't go any smaller for angelfish. you know, but this is bare minimum. Obviously I've got minimal scape as well, so they've got space to grow into it, and they'll be fine. Nice and fat, because I have just fed them. Yeah, that's pretty much this tank. Lighting is the same. It's the Hypergero Aquanite A029s running on this tank, which I think are probably one of the better lights I've had on here. I did like the Fluval Aqua Sky, but I just wanted a change, and I think this has a nice shimmer to it that the Aqua Sky didn't. And the Aqua Sky kind of yellowed the tank out, made the water look a bit yellow, which I know you can get occasionally in your water when it needs to be changed. But no, the Aqua Sky tended to keep your water looking like that. Whereas these guys, I've dialed in the blue a little bit more to the white. It's on about, I think it is on the second to last setting for the blue, so it is still fairly low because obviously tropical, you don't use a lot of blue light, but it does help with plant growth. But I've got it on the lowest setting. Whites are cranked all the way up to the highest. And yeah, nothing's changed in the rear chamber. We've got filter wall and obviously all the media going down there. So we've got bio rings, we've got biodynamic bio balls, we've got a coarse pad at the bottom, then medium pad in the middle there, and then fine at the top. Probably got that the wrong way around, but you know, should really be fine at the bottom, coarse at the top. Some more pads and bio rings down there, and capped off with some more filter wool. The coral gravel is under there, along with some more sponge, slightly coarser. So literally all the way through this filter, it's been caught by the time it gets to the pump in the end and pumped back into the tank. I'm going to be upgrading this pump. I don't think I really need to, but I want just a little bit more flow going through there. I think we should be fine though. It's at about 1,000 litres an hour now, so the tank's getting turned over 10 times an hour. So, but I was thinking of upgrading to a 1,500 litre per hour pump just to get that extra turnover, but I don't really think I need it. But yeah, that's the Aquamanta 80. Pretty dramatic update from when you last saw it, but I think it's going to be pretty much staying like this. I love the scape that I've got in here. So yeah, thanks for watching. Please like, comment and subscribe. Bye.